Are you sure he's off?
The great white escapes the hook.
Yeah, he bit us off. Yeah, he bit us off. Oh, man. Yeah, he's gone.
Damn it.
He just barely, we still got our bait. Let's get it out there. We didn't hook him good. That was a big fish, too.
You see it?
Yeah. That's a tooth mark right there.
While Captain Brett McBride and Jimmy the Kid Francis try again, the mothership's team is doing the same a few miles up the coast off the Mexican island of Guadalupe. It's been 12 hours since they landed their last shark.
Forward, Chris, forward.
2 males tagged and released alive in this bold quest to understand and protect one of the world's most mysterious creatures.
That tag's on really good.
Shark expert Dr. Michael Domeyer is the driving force behind the scientific mission.
The system that I came up with is very comprehensive, and the newest technology requires us to catch the shark and affix a satellite transmitter to the dorsal fin.
Nice tag.
There you go. Water's back there alone. Right there.
The scientist is teamed with world-class angler Chris Fisher. He has the expertise to catch the giant fish.
Nice.
And a custom hydraulic lift to hoist them out of the sea.
We could put as big a shark that exists in the world on that deck right now. I feel very confident we would have a very, very good chance at that with all that we've learned. And hopefully we'll get that shot.
The shot they're looking for, their holy grail, is landing and tagging a giant female.
But it's time for mama, big mama. That's what we're hoping for.
No one is more hopeful for landing a big mama than Dr. Domeyer.
Females only give birth every other year, and that puts them on some kind of 2-year migration pattern, but we don't know where they go.
There are big windows of time that the shark's whereabouts are unknown. Domeyer knows that if he can reveal these locations, there's a better chance of protecting the species.
There's a lot of mystery surrounding white sharks, a lot of mystique surrounding white sharks. You know, a lot due to the media, that sort of thing. Some of it deserved, some of it not deserved.
Sharks have more to fear from us than we do from them. On average, only about 4 people die from shark attacks each year, while it's estimated that humans kill 70 million sharks annually. Surprisingly, very little is known about great whites, and Dr. Domeyer is out to change that.
Come on, sharks.
The teams work separate parts of the island to better their odds for landing a giant female.
That's some shark gear right there. Good throw.
That'll track him. What was that splash?
But separating the teams off the island is risky. Both boats need to be side by side to get a shark on deck for tagging. The mothership is almost an hour away. And on board, trouble is brewing.
1-2 there, Brett. You got me?
You got me, Chris?
High winds have blown the ship off its anchor, and she's sliding towards the rocks.
Yeah, we got to start up the mains, and we got to do some work here. We got to get the cage out of the water. We're sliding.
Chris decides to gather up all loose equipment and get it secured on deck, including cameraman David Olson.
David, it might be easier for you to go in the Zodiac. Just go in the Zodiac. You can always go back and pick that thing up. It doesn't matter. Just head right on up the starboard side. We'll have the crane ready for you right here. Okay, straight up.
In clearer waters, Brett and Jimmy spot a giant female sniffing around.
Yeah, it'd be a shame for us to move right now after that big old female was just right behind the boat a couple minutes ago.
Okay, good luck. Go get her. We'll be down there to support you momentarily.
Roger. Good luck, guys.
Just slid out of the barrier with the wind that came up and all the spinning around and around. Just gonna pull the stuff out and drive down toward where Brett is on the Triton. He had a big female behind the boat and they missed the bite. It got wrapped up in the line, so we haven't seen anything here all day, and we have been chunking and chunking and chunking and chunking. So we're gonna move the whole operation down there to Twin Canyons, where hopefully there's a lot more life.
But Mother Nature scraps his plan. The sea's too rough to move the mothership, and they'll have to sit it out.
Okay, I'm gonna try to drop the hook then back up where we were, and we'll see you whenever you guys choose to come back. If you're getting freezing cold, man, come back. Don't get sick. We got a few more days of fishing here, and we got to pull on some big sharks.
We're gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. We'll see you when you get back.
Okay.
They're getting bites. I mean, they're seeing this was a monster female. Monster female.
We're ready.
And they didn't prong her. That's the way they made it sound like. So she could bite again.
A little bit fouled up in it, and
yeah. That's always nice when you don't prong something you're trying to get. Yeah, so just pull it up and leave the anchor hanging so we can re-drop it when I get back up on the spot. You can't get this thing to come around, man. The wind is crazy.
As the mothership hunkers down, they pin their hopes on Brett and Jimmy to save the day. But it's still 2 men against one of the most powerful forces in the ocean. And if they catch something, they'll have to tow it a long way back to the mothership.
Dun, 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 dun. He was just swimming back there after he ate the bait, still looking for something to eat, huh?
Yeah.
That's him. He's coming back. He's coming in on it. He's taking a look. He's taking a look.
There he is, right behind it. Yep, right there.
Right on it. Okay, right up on it.
Coming in hot.
Ooh. Just ate it, I think, on the way up. Watch, gonna turn away with it.
Oh, here he goes. He's got it. He's got it. Go over the top. Uh-oh. Oh,
They got it. Kind of. The shark bolts towards the boat, pinning the line between the outboard engines, which could free the shark, or worse.
He's got it. He's going the other way. Take the gear over. Take the gear over. He's going straight down. Hold my head. Hold my head. He's just spinning around in circles back here. He's using the boat to hide under.
It's a dangerous scramble to gain the upper hand. A great white can burst to speeds of more than 25 miles per hour and could easily pull the men in.
Don't let him get snagged on my head. Go over me. He's there, though.
Lift the engines? No,
Yeah.
it's hard to get around.
No, don't let me go over.
Keep letting it go.
He's coming at us.
Which way is he on it?
He's coming, spinning out. He's underneath it. That's good. Come on, Ben. He's going in. Back at it. Back at it. Back at it. Quick.
Back up.
Back.
The men struggle to get the shark away from the churning engines.
Okay. Keep backing up. Keep backing up.
Come up here.
Back out of it. It's right there, swimming at us. Keep going. His fish is right here. I see him. It looks like a smaller fish.
Acting like it. He's already getting his butt kicked by us.
Just hold on to him.
That's the first float right there, right?
Yeah. Somebody might want to raise Chris down here, too.
Brett and Jimmy carve out their duties for the battle ahead. Brett will drive, and Jimmy will wrangle the shark.
Which way do you want me?
It's hard to tell, Brett. Whoa. Go. Come on, help me up. Back me up. Back me up.
As best he can.
Okay, it's all right now. Hey, stop it. Who's going nuts? To me, that lights my whole fire, man. I mean, there's nothing better than feeling power like that against being wrapped up to something and pulling on it. It's pulling back, and you don't know if you can hold it or if you can or what's going on. He's pulling hard. Coming at us. Back up. Okay. Yeah, he's little.
How small?
I don't know, 10 feet, so 8 feet, something like that. Whoa, there we go. Watch my gear. Watch the gear.
Pulling more than 1,000 pounds of fighting shark strain the men and the boat.
He's pulling hard.
It promises to be a long and grueling slog back to the mothership.
Takes us about 4 hours to get there, though.
Chris heads out to join the fight.
It's gonna take us a while to be back, but we're gonna drag it back. Vámonos!
Now it is getting close to dark, but it's not dark yet, and now we're battling a shark, so that's no big deal. We'll battle them in the dark. This will be a while before we get there, but
Yeah. Well,
it's all right. Whatever it takes.
that's right.
It's not the giant they were hoping for, and its smaller size means it's likely a male.
Too bad it's not a monster, but a little late in the evening to be hooking a monster right now anyway.
We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to get some big females and stuff, but still, it's success. He brought 5 tags, and we got to, if we can use all 5 of them, I mean, we can get more picky later tomorrow if we only have 2 tags left or 1 tag left, you know. But I think that for us to not use one of those tags right now would be a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, he might decide that. But we'll let him make that call, and we'll just bring one in.
The buoys are holding the shark near the surface, right where they want him.
Red sky at night.
Sailor's delight.
It was a long day.
Yeah, well, you're in that bite.
Yeah. I think I'll do a little cleanup while I'm fighting the white shark. I can fight white sharks and clean the boat at the same time.
Sure.
Along with the buoys, the steady pull of the boat doesn't give the shark much of a chance to escape.
So he's gonna be wiped out.
He's gonna be wiped out, all right.
As the sun sets, Chris Fisher is on the scene and checks the shark to make sure it's healthy.
Straighten up your engine and drive away. Just straighten up your engine. There you go. Now drive on out from under it.
As Chris takes the helm, the shark has a sudden burst of fight.
We need to control her. She's just gonna swim underneath us.
Slow her down now.
We're gonna spin more of a turn. I didn't.
Starboard or port?
We lost him?
The shark simply spit the hook. That is, he somehow freed the hook from his mouth and took off.
All right, that's a small one, man.
Yeah, it was a small one. We're saving it for a big one.
Yeah, it's okay. This is fine. Nice
Oh, well,
job. Good job.
Yeah.
Losing a shark is devastating.
A lot of work for that one.
Yeah.
But that's soon put aside.
Need help with a spring line from Jimmy?
It just didn't pan out for us, but we found a new area of life. They didn't see anything on the mothership, so I was like, well, at least we got 2 different spots. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Oh, boy. A few more ibuprofens and a beer.
Can I get you a cocktail?
Yeah.
Nice work, fellas. Mañana's the day. We're gonna get a big one. We got that cradle ready. We are ready. We're gonna get that one, like that one that's bigger than anyone that's ever been got before. Especially got alive and putting a cradle with a tag on it. We're gonna get it.
I think we've learned enough right now to make that happen.
We have a good chance. We just need a shot.
Off the island of Guadalupe, the shark expedition is winding down. It will be some time before they get back, and they're ready for something big now.
I think in the last 4 or 5 days we've learned enough to catch anything that swims out here.
Yeah, we can get one as big as they get, I think. If we're patient.
Dr. Michael Domeyer has been studying great whites at Guadalupe for nearly a decade.
Look at that, man.
He's developed profiles on almost 100 great whites and knows many of them by name.
Each time we come here, we can take pictures of the sharks around the boat, look in our catalog, say, hey, that's Johnny. We've seen him 3 times before.
What started as a simple hobby has grown into an unprecedented body of research.
And out of this hobby grew a program that is questionably the largest white shark program in the world.
The boat's hydraulic lift is a huge part of this mission's success. But like anything, there's always room for improvement. Earlier in this expedition, it was the sharks who found some holes in the system.
No. Oh, keep going down. It's stuck now.
Don't go that way.
Yeah, you're fine. Keep going. Down.
The team continually improves the cradle to ensure the sharks stay inside. The scientist and the fisherman review the game plan.
We'll be able to let the shark swing. I'm thinking big, right? We got to get a big one now. We're going to let the thing swing in closer to the boat. And then we're going to have the Triton over here, and we're going to be able to heave it up over this way, and none of this can get in the way. That way we can get a giant white shark in here.
They rework the cradle again.
We're fishermen. We travel around, we explore fisheries, we try to catch giant fish. And I think he came with a lot of pressure on his shoulders, thinking he was going to have to do everything, be the angling kind of lead and be the science lead.
With time running down, pressure builds to land and tag a giant female.
I swear to God, I spent 10 months preparing for this trip. It's like already 10 o'clock. I've not been able to pay any attention to what's going on over the boat. I just want to get this done.
These guys got it handled, man.
Yeah, but no one's really paying attention. I mean, everyone's chumming and stuff, but no one's really...
Charlie's back there, dude. He's the hand lining legend.
I want to wrap this up so we can fish.
We are fishing.
If it means we got to move, then we got to move. If there's no fish here, decisions like that got to be made.
But other people are capable of handling other parts of the task. Everything's fine.
The bait's in, but the sharks aren't interested.
Load up.
The team split up again to better their chances for landing a monster-sized shark.
You guys got everything you need?
Yeah.
Having fished these waters for the better part of a week, Chris thinks the sharks got smart.
So I was starting to kind of be impressed by the sharks. I mean, the sharks weren't stupid. They were feeling pressure. They were not responding to bait the same way they were when we first started fishing, and it was taking a little bit more to get them to go.
With the smaller boat still preparing to leave, something tugs the mothership's line.
Yeah, you just got a little pick. Here we go! Shark!
Nice.
All right, we're here.
Okay, we need to get our gear in. We got the circle hook.
Okay, let's go. Hooked up?
Yeah, he's hooked.
The game is on.
He's hooked up. He's hooked up.
Well, yeah, we need to get on it right now, Jimmy. Untie us.
Come on, untie us.
Everyone swings into action.
Wow. We hop in our Triton, Chris, I, and Brett, and we're gone, man. And it's about a 60-second operation. We're on the gear. We're hand lining them from then on out.
Did anybody see the shark? I don't know why they're beating those small ones. We're gonna whack a small one. What's the point of that?
Though it's not what they want, a hooked shark still needs to be put on the deck to be safely released.
You want me to spin around?
No, sir. Yeah, if it's a small shark, it may only be 20 minutes, so we better just start getting all ready.
Whoop. Goose it out of the way and dump line.
There we go.
For a small shark, he's pulling back hard.
You can put that belt on me.
Jimmy secures a knife belt to Brett in case he gets pulled in.
Drop line. This jacket lets you get in, but it doesn't let you get out. It's got little Velcro things.
Yeah, take off some clothes, dude.
Stop the zipper from moving.
Nice, Jimbo.
After all the modifications we did in order to get another giant, we get a bite and it ends up being a smaller shark. But this is not a bad thing. I think we're ready.
For Domeyer, the small male can still provide valuable clues as to where great whites migrate and why.
This time, this is a male, so I can inspect the claspers and see if the claspers are calcified, if there's any sperm in the groove. So that I can do, and that's a huge indication of reproductive readiness. Yeah, we're fine.
On the mothership, the cradle is lowered into the water. Once ready, the shark will be guided into position onto the platform. The hydraulic system will lift the animal out of the sea and into the hands of the crew.
We're coming in this time, right now.
Okay.
Are you ready, Jimmy? Can I take it in?
Yep.
He went change direction and went down. We got to get those things up against his face like that last one. Yep. They're stopping at that chain.
Oh, it wasn't all the way against his face.
No, we can't control that last bit until we get it past that point.
They've perfected a unique buoy system to help wear the sharks down.
Okay, here we go, we're close.
We learned very quickly we need to move those floats and use the floats to our advantage. And Brett came up with a way to do that. So now as we retrieve line, we unsnap the float, take in a little more line, snap it back on. Actually, now they just slide. As you bring in line, the floats are sliding down further and closer to the shark until they get to one point. They're right next to the shark's face, and Brett's able to make the float so they won't slide back, and they keep the shark very near the surface. That was the key to our success.
Tangle, hold on. Don't be in a hurry.
Stopped at his face. This is how, and we got to pull him tight now.
Got there. One got almost to his face.
Yeah, it's there. That's the key right there. You got to get him right to the, look at that now. You own him.
Okay, let's take him.
This one here, you get another buoy on his face, it's over. What you want me to do, Brett?
Let's take him in.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna bend out and come right into the cradle.
All right. Yeah, swing him in there like you would a water skier onto a beach.
Okay, exactly. Just like that. Like a water skier onto the beach. White shark's coming into the cradle. Oh, he's rolling, huh? Oh, no. He'll be fine. We're gonna have the thing on the cradle in like 4 minutes.
Looks like we got a couple balls on his face now.
Yeah, he looks like that's what happened, is the balls just got him. All right, we're coming in. Get ready, David.
Okay, let him go that way a little bit. Okay, no, okay, there we go.
He's swinging or not?
He's coming. Yep, he's coming. Looks good. Looks good. One more time, David.
From both boats, they guide the shark's path to the cradle.
Up.
My way.
You guys let go. Let go, Brett. Let go. Let go, Brett. Let go.
Yeah, put him back down. Put him back down a little bit. Let him flip over.
He's tantrum
I gotta
now.
turn him over. Hang on a second.
Everything is under control, except the shark.
When these fish come in, we really don't have much control over whether they're going to end up upside down or right side up or on left side, right side. But what is important is that we have access to that dorsal fin so that we can, put our bolts through it and attach a tag.
From now on, seconds count.
Nice job there, Michael.
Sharks get oxygen from the sea, and the first priority is to irrigate the mouth and gills to keep the shark alive. And this shark is alive and kicking.
Yep. Where's that tail rope?
It's a dangerous moment. Roping off the tail will prevent the shark from seriously hurting someone, including himself.
We're being very respectful of the animal. We're moving as fast as we can. We're trying not to cause any undue harm or stress, bucketing water over it, covering the eyes, tail roping it, but it's really all about the science and the results that we're going to get as a result.
It's flowing good back here on the gills.
They record all vital statistics.
145.
The shark is over 12 feet long, yet he'd be dwarfed by some giant sharks lurking below.
Sex.
It's a male.
Okay, fastening the spot tag.
And the satellite tracking tag is tightly secured to the dorsal fin. Dr. Domeyer guided the design of the cutting-edge devices.
These new tags are much more real time. Every time the shark fins at the surface, bing, 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 it sends a signal into space, and it can fine-tune where that fish is.
David, I need you for DNA.
Flesh from the drill will provide DNA to help determine how sharks around the world are related.
We got the corner cage off. We got drill the fin holes, take the DNA samples. You got that? Yeah.
They bolt the tag on the highest point of the shark, the dorsal fin. When he breaks the surface, his movements can be tracked.
Can you get your maybe ratchet on there? There you go, you got it.
They want to get the shark back into the water in less than 20 minutes. Any longer, and the shark might die.
It's only meant 4.5 minutes, guys. We're doing great.
Less than 16 minutes to go.
We got good irrigation right now. This is what shows that it's a male, huh, Doctor?
Yep, these are claspers here, a modified pelvic fin, and the sperm actually runs through that groove right there during internal fertilization.
So this little male shark, we'll put that inside of...
So look at that, it's a right male, it's a mature male, which is great data. I mean, it's a pretty small fish, so I'd be surprised that you can see the sperm.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's in ripe condition means that, you know...
Females are ready.
Well,
okay, maybe.
The males are ready longer, but they're not ready year-round. So that means that this is very near the breeding season.
They're running ripe when they're at Guadalupe Island. We've never known when and where these white shark populations breeding. Now we have a much better idea.
Finally, a key to a theory Domeyer has long suspected, that great whites might be coming to Guadalupe to breed. But he'll need more proof.
Tag's going in. There you go.
They insert a separate tag that will eventually pop off on its own, providing information on location, depth, and temperature.
Okay. Okay, everybody start clearing out. Who doesn't need to be here? We're down to the final deal. Let's go ahead, Jimmy, and just wait. Don't wait a second here. Let them make sure this tag doesn't come off there. Okay, go ahead and try to remove the hook now. Nice. Okay, everybody out. Everybody off. Everybody off. Let's go. Start down, Charlie. Start it down. Everybody out of there.
But they can't go just yet. The irrigation hose is stuck, likely caught on the great white's jagged teeth.
I don't know what to do.
Where's that?
I need that prop.
I'm coming. Stop, Charlie!
Stop, Charlie! Stick it in his mouth and just lift up.
We don't want to lose this whole tube.
I'm afraid he won't be able to get rid of that thing. Yeah, he will. He'll spit it out.
All right, everybody off.
They shorten the tube, hoping it will be easier for the shark to release it.
Down, Charlie, yeah.
Yep, starting to kick. Has he spit it out yet? No.
It's coming around.
The doctor starts to worry.
Thing is, if he can't pump his mouth, he might not be able to breathe.
Well, he can't. He can open his mouth if he wants to. He just won't. He was chomping down on it.
I want to try to pull that thing out of there again. I'm just not happy with that in his mouth.
There's a lot of room around that thing for water to come through.
But it's like a pump. If it doesn't close, the valve doesn't close, it won't push over the gills.
Okay, he's gonna go for the tube. I'll go outboard side, you go inboard side.
Yeah.
The shark's life is in their hands.
Okay.
Let's get the hose in there first.
We got it! Way to go, guys.
Okay, let's go.
Way to go, way to go.
Down.
That was important.
Fish is finding kick good there.
To everyone's relief, the shark is breathing normally.
Yeah, he needed his mouth back.
There you are.
All right.
Tag looks good.
There you go, Junior.
Down, Charlie, down.
There he goes, there you go.
Down.
There he goes.
There
He's
he
kicking.
goes.
He's
Okay,
kicking
stop.
good.
Up.
All right. Swimming away nice,
Looking
Michael.
very good. Nice job with
Fish is all right, look, there it goes, swimming out nicely.
Good deal.
Sweet,
Now it's time for big ones only.
big ones only.
Nice job there, Doc. That was good. Another healthy fish.
This is the third male they've tagged and released so far on this expedition. Using Dr. Domeyer's database of nearly 100 sharks he's identified at Guadalupe, they've seen this guy before, and his name is Flipkin. And now, Flipkin offers up the first real clue for one of Dr. Domeyer's theories.
You know, that was a particularly valuable shark. It was really small. I mean, I would have thought it's probably an immature male, but it was actually a mature male and it's a running right male, which helps put us in the ballpark as when mating season is. I mean, if mating season was 6 months from now, it could not have squeezed sperm out that groove so easily.
Flipkin is on his way, and tracking his path promises to provide even more clues about the male shark migration. But they still need the other side of the equation.
Of course, we all want the big female for these multi-year tags to be extremely valuable, but we're running out of time, so we can't get too picky.
Yeah, we're getting better at it. We're ready for something to push us to the edge. I'd like to find out where that edge is.
Yeah.
3 down. Let's get one big one though.
Yeah, we need a big one.
No, this looks like a hunting ground right here.
We're going right here.
Look at this. Oh yeah, that's an elephant seal right there.
The island of Guadalupe is a breeding ground for elephant and fur seals. They're a favorite prey for the great whites.
I think they'll come right in here.
We saw him in 60 feet of water. Oh, I just saw a fin. I just saw one.
Chuck, let's throw a bait on it.
Let's just anchor up on it. Let's anchor up on it.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is what you. This is
Nice
right.
anchorage.
They're everywhere. This is food.
Last time I was fishing white sharks, Jim, I found that if I clipped off the buoy, you know, about 3 fathoms from the bait, that's where they like to bite. What's your white shark experience tell you?
Yeah, my white shark experience is about 3 days old.
That's what I'm saying,
Tells
dude.
me we can get them.
Sharks are circling, and Jimmy finds a good spot to drop the bait.
Okay. It's all stinky and bloody.
Okay.
It's kind of cozy in there, just sitting in there, you know?
It's amazing how big it is, man.
Back on the mothership, they're fishing as well. But unlike the last few days, they get lucky.
Just ate the bait.
Hot damn. There's a buoy right here around us.
Chris is summoned back.
Okay, we're on our way.
See you in a bit. Chris is on the way.
Brett and Charlie use a small inflatable to get the shark line away from the mothership so it doesn't get tangled in the anchor line.
Pretty sure it's a big one.
It is?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the line, give the line.
They won't fight the shark until Chris and Jimmy get back with the better equipped support boat.
I'd be so happy if we get it. Nobody saw it. We have no idea, you know, how big, how small. Sank buoys pretty quick. Gave Chris a call on the radio. He's on his way down, so he'll be here in 5 minutes. You know, that boat's fast, so super psyched. You know, if we can get this one done today. It's gonna be dark. I don't care. Let's get it. Yeah, baby!
Hope they got a big one this time.
That fish took down 2 balls for quite a while. And that's like 100 pounds of buoyancy plus all that line, a lot of drag. We haven't had any of our fish do that. So very possibly the big female we've been waiting for. Here they come, they're coming.
Get him, Charlie!
Yeah, Charlie, taking wraps.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, Charlie. Got it.
Charlie hands off the line to Jimmy, and Brett jumps in.
Well done, buddy.
Nice job, Charlie.
The real battle begins. Jimmy tries to draw the shark closer to the boat.
Jimmy taking wraps, working the white shark.
Fixed buoys on the line create hundreds of pounds of drag. But this great white proves stronger than anything they've fought before.
Yeah, he's got one buoy all the way down underwater right now.
That's impressive. Gonna be a while, I think.
More buoys arrive to help get this fighter under control.
Oh, he's got more buoys here for us. At least should put them all on in case it's a big one, huh?
Yeah.
Gracias, amigos.
Big old shark, guys?
Still got one of these. Still got an orange one down.
They believe the shark to be large and are hopeful it's the big mama.
We're just planning on it being a big one. That's what Dave said it was. I don't know why he said that. But it had 2 buoys down for a while.
Well, if it's a big one, we're gonna have the flotation for it. You know what I'm saying? This is what you gotta do probably to get the big one.
Now let's go ahead and get
Put 7 or 8 50-pound balls in its face.
You got it?
Well, what do you want? You can go ahead and pull, or are you hurting? I'll pull?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
You want me to pull her back a little, Jim?
No, let's just go ahead and keep her in the same relaxed pace, but that way she won't change her directions.
She's gonna change when you slide these 100, 200, 350 pounds of flotation down to her face.
At this stage, the fixed buoys are replaced with carabiners, allowing the buoys to slide towards the shark's face, lifting it closer to the surface.
This is the one to get right here.
I think we should go into a little bit of a starboard turn. Looks like the fish wants to go across the back of the boat.
Night is approaching, and an urgency sets in to get this shark landed. To hasten the shark's surrender, the remaining buoys are tossed over the side.
That's sliding, that's sliding. No, let it slide.
Big mistake. They quickly entangle.
Can't hold it. It's just work. It's work. It's hand over hand, pull. Pulling real hard. And feel the pain. You know, that's how it is.
If the line slips out of Jimmy's hands, Brett and Chris could get pulled in.
That was a dumb move. Hold on, don't let go yet. Are those sliding now?
Just take them off. Take everything and then dump the shark.
Okay, dump
Let it go. Okay. Let it go. That might be better to do. Double up the other ones like that too.
Oh.
They're back in business, and a capture is within sight. Back on the mothership, it's been hurry up and wait. But after nearly an hour of fighting, the shark is coming in.
Boy, look at how all those balls just subdued that thing. You were gonna walk that thing right in, it won't be able to go down. Can't get its head. That's wicked right there, man. We've been white shark fishing only 3 days now, and we're figuring out how to get them. Looks like it's got a little bit bigger head on it.
Yeah, it's about a 10-footer.
If Jimmy's right, it might not be a female after all.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna come in there. We'll be there shortly. It's a small fish.
They're on their way in, so we got to put the cradle in the water. Small fish, they said.
This isn't good.
Similar size to what we've been getting?
Yeah, it's right there, you know. It's right just like the others.
Kind of bummed. They said it's small, just like the other ones.
That overflow is going to push her out. That overflow is going to suck the shark out. Up.
Okay, go.
Stop.
As the shark enters the platform, the team is in for another shock.
The bigger one, the female.
Finally, a female. And she's big.
Come on, Charlie. Go up.
We're good. Hold her, Brett, hold her.
Okay, we gotta roll her over. Wow, that's a nice big female. I'm not sure if we can work on its side like that. We gotta try to roll this fish. Drop it down.
You want to drop it down?
You cut it yet? Let's go back.
Wait a second.
Cut it.
Domeyer gets face to face with the great white.
Bigger than I thought. Big shark. It's a female, but we can't work on her right like that. We gotta be able to, gotta come down a little bit for us.
Hopping into that waist-deep water with that really big shark was a little bit different. Now I'm as much in her world as she's in my world.
It's making me really nervous, man.
Michael, watch out.
Let's get a tail rope on this fish.
It's a huge shark. I could see your eyeball moving, looking at me, and I started thinking, what am I doing?
She's too big to roll, and they need to get to work fast.
Yeah, I think we can do this stuff right here.
Let's try it.
I don't think we can waste any more time. Just get a tail rope.
Up.
The team shifts into pit crew mode. After all this time, hope, and effort, there she is on deck, a big mama. And she opens up a whole new world of possibilities towards understanding great whites.
We're in good shape.
Guys, it's exactly what we wanted. A bigger female. Here you go.
You got your DNA samples?
Yeah.
Okay, to the very tip of the tail. 142, 156.
It's only like a 13-foot white shark, but it was a female, which everybody was super stoked on. And the interesting thing was 1 foot longer than the previous 2 males that were 12 feet, but at least twice as big as far as total mass and weight.
Domeyer estimates that she weighs close to a ton. And she's ready for the most important procedure.
Okay, you guys are just about to fasten the tag. You got to crimp and cut threads. You got great flow on the bottom gills, Brett.
For the first time, Domeyer's revolutionary near real-time tracking device is attached to a great white female.
Stoked on the female situation.
What paths will she take and why? To date, no one has the full answer.
The mass of these things is just ridiculous, man.
Shake her hand. We'll put you back just a minute. Just remember, it's for science.
David, I got a pliers for you.
All right, we got them.
Okay, so make sure they're seated. Those are seated.
This one's not. We got great flow on the bottom gills here.
Look out.
Nice. We'll take that. It's got the hook out, fellas. Good job. It's attached PAT tag.
Last step. The secondary pop-up tag is inserted.
Okay. Let's just see what happens. Let's get her down in the water.
Everybody off.
Tail rope off.
Hold it there. Okay, start it down, Charlie, slowly. Start it down, Charlie.
There she goes. Come on. She's not going to stick around. She's doing fine. There she goes. Come on. Come on, big girl. Nice. She's fine. Just let her go. Come on. Yeah.
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 Look at that big girl go.
Yeah, nice.
Swing's good, swing's good, Doc.
Swimming healthy.
This shark has been seen before. She is a match in Domeyer's database. She is an immature female named Curly, and she's been spotted here every year since 2004.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. One female.
That's good.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get you a big one now.
Nice.
Get you a big one now.
Good job.
She was a big
Nice job,
mama.
everybody.
That's the one we needed.
Good job, dude. Good job.
Domeyer knows that this female will help determine how shark behavior changes with sexual maturity.
Yeah.
But he'll need to tag mature females to discover their entire 2-year-long migration path.
Science is all based on statistics, so we have to have multiples of anything that we do. In fact, in my mind, if we come here and tagged 1, it would have been a failure. I would have been very upset. Anything more than 2, I would have started getting happy. 4, I can go home right now. I'm ecstatic.
Well, that was a perfect step up for us, you know?
Yeah,
The next
perfect.
step, one more foot on that,
And then she gave
you're
up
talking
on
about
it.
a monster.
Then just stepped right in.
They are smart, you know, and aware. That last one, when we got that thing in the cradle and I jumped down there, yeah, I saw.
Are you sure he's off?
The great white escapes the hook.
Yeah, he bit us off. Yeah, he bit us off. Oh, man. Yeah, he's gone.
Damn it.
He just barely, we still got our bait. Let's get it out there. We didn't hook him good. That was a big fish, too.
You see it?
Yeah. That's a tooth mark right there.
While Captain Brett McBride and Jimmy the Kid Francis try again, the mothership's team is doing the same a few miles up the coast off the Mexican island of Guadalupe. It's been 12 hours since they landed their last shark.
Pull! Forward, Chris! Forward, forward!
2 males tagged and released alive in this bold quest to understand and protect one of the world's most mysterious creatures.
That tag's on really good.
Shark expert Dr. Michael Domeyer is the driving force behind the scientific mission.
The system that I came up with is very comprehensive, and the newest technology requires us to catch the shark and affix a satellite transmitter to the dorsal fin.
Nice tag.
There you go. Water's back there alone. Right there.
The scientist is teamed with world-class angler Gre Fisher. He has the expertise to catch the giant fish.
Nice.
And a custom hydraulic lift to hoist them out of the sea.
We could put as big a shark that exists in the world on that deck right now. I feel very confident we would have a very, very good chance at that with all that we've learned. And hopefully we'll get that shot.
The shot they're looking for, their holy grail, is landing and tagging a giant, while it's estimated that humans kill 70 million sharks annually. Surprisingly, very little is known about great whites, and Dr. Domeyer is out to change that.
Come on, sharks.
The teams work separate parts of the island to better their odds for landing a giant female.
Yeah, that's some shark gear right there. Good
That'll
throw.
track him. What was that splash?
But separating the teams off the island is risky. Both boats need to be side by side to get a shark on deck for tagging. The mothership is almost an hour away. And on board, trouble is brewing.
1-2 there, Brett. You got me?
You got me, Chris?
Female.
But it's time for Mama. Big Mama. That's what we're hoping for.
No one is more hopeful for landing a big mama than Dr. Domeyer.
Females only give birth every other year, and that puts them on some kind of 2-year migration pattern, but we don't know where they go.
There are big windows of time that the shark's whereabouts are unknown. Domeyer knows that if he can reveal these locations, there's a better chance of protecting the species.
There's a lot of mystery surrounding white sharks, a lot of mystique surrounding white sharks, a lot due to the media, that sort of thing. Some of it deserved, some of it not deserved.
Sharks have more to fear from us than we do from them. On average, only about 4 people die from shark attacks each year. High winds have blown the ship off its anchor, and she's sliding towards the rocks.
Yeah, we gotta start up the mains, and we gotta do some work here. We gotta get the cage out of the water. We're sliding.
Chris decides to gather up all loose equipment and get it secured on deck, including cameraman David Olson.
David, it might be easier for you to go in the Zodiac. Just go in the Zodiac. You can always go back and pick that thing up. It doesn't matter. Just head right on up the starboard side. We'll have the crane ready for you right here. Okay, straight up.
In clearer waters, Brett and Jimmy spot a giant female sniffing around.
Yeah, it'd be okay for us to move right now.